so strange.
Hi everybody. We're having some tech issues. You might hear Hannah in the background. I started a new stream somewhere else. Hannah's gonna send everybody over to this one because I couldn't get the other one to start. So bear with me please as we get everyone over to this one. Do you see the new one, Hannah?
I do.
Okay. Let's see and turn on the chat. Hello. Hi, Chevy. There you are. There you are. And here I am. Yeah, Chevy's coming in. All right. Thanks, Hannah.
There's 5 people waiting, so hopefully the other people.
Arlene, I think, just popped in.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Hannah.
You're welcome.
Bye. Okay. Chevy is having a conniption. Okay. Conniption. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I couldn't start the scheduled one for whatever reason. So I had to start a new one. And, hi Sherry, thanks for finding me over on this stream. Sorry we had some issues with the other one. Thank you for being patient. Welcome all to day 6 of Embroidery Bingo. We'll figure it out though. Don't worry. We'll figure out what happened. But anyway, let's see what we get today because we've wasted everyone's time already and I think we should jump right in. So let's see what we get. There's some that I'm excited if I get it, and then there are some that I'm like, eh. All right, what do we get? Raised chain stitch. I think it ends up showing backwards on the screen the way I do it, but raised chain stitch. I'm getting all the raised ones. All right, so anyone familiar with the raised chain stitch? Let me see, I'm gonna turn the camera around. Get set up. I'm in a new spot today. I'm in my son's room, not my daughter's room. So it's my sign to give myself a raise. I'm sure Hannah would approve a raise, but we're a 50-50, so we get the same. Then we both need a raise. And didn't we tell you we're a non-profit for profit business, a micro business, a baby business, but we do it because we love it. So we get to hang out with fun people like you guys. But anyway, let me see, where is the raised chain stitch? Hi Aubrey, I'm glad you found me here. We had a few some technical difficulties earlier when I tried to start the other one. Raised chain, number 5, we're on the board. Anyone get bingo yet? Because I know someone is very close to bingo. And there may be others that are close that we just don't know about. All right, so number 5 for us in raised chain, and where is it on our board? Let me show you what it looks like. This one's Hannah's. Hannah, where did you put your raised chain? I'm looking. Up here in the letter I. Let me just adjust this, guys. I think this camera needs to come a little bit lower. All right. Oh, it's number 2 for Arlene. Cool. You're on the board, so that's good. All right, so this is the raised chain stitch. And if you've done bingo with us before, you will kind of recognize it in terms of it's almost like a little teeny tiny Danish knot, like a continued Danish knot that gets built on top of some horizontal stitches, just like the way the raised stem stitch was. Number 2 for Sherry. Oh wait, are you guys both in number 2? Yeah, 2 of you in number 2. All right, cool. And then where did I put my raised chain? Let me find it. I did mine in, 17 for Aubrey. I have mine in the penguin. So this is the raised chain in the penguin. And what I learned about it is just like when we did the raised stem stitch, if you're covering a wide area, it's a good idea to do it with like shorter stitches. Like don't go from this point all the way over to this point as your foundation stitch. So let's see. So Aubrey and Chevy are off the board with this one. Okay, it's all right. You can find somewhere fun to put it outside of the board, or you can take a break from stitching if you want. Okay, so let's talk about how that stitch is made. I'll show you. Oh, maybe I can borrow this that's already set up from the raised stem stitch. We'll just zhuzh them over to the right. And let me get some thread. Put some thread on here. It's another one where it may be a good idea to set up your foundation stitches using pearl cotton if you've got it. I'll use this green. You know what? I won't use that green because it's close to the color of the raised stem and I don't want you to get confused. So let me get a different color. Maybe I'll do this one, if I can find the end. Whew, you know what it is? I think having trouble starting the video really threw me because I was sitting here waiting. I'm like, oh, it's almost time to start. And I was getting everything ready and I was feeling good about it. And then I ran into some trouble. Couldn't get it to start. Couldn't figure it out. Tried Hannah, but she was busy she was working and she wasn't able to answer me right away. And then I just started a different live, but then you all were waiting in a different thing. I don't know what happened. It was very weird. But then your heart starts racing and you have, as Chevy and I like to say, have a conniption. You're like panicking and it freaks you out. But let me find also, and now I have to go and find my notes again too. So give me a second. Let me get myself, I have to regroup. Sorry, you guys have been so super patient. You're the best. So let me find my notes to make sure I teach you the right way and I don't start making stuff up as we sometimes do in BonnaH Co land. Okay. So here we go. Deep breath in and out. All right, let's go. Thank you, friends. Welcome again. So I'm going to start by building some horizontal stitches. So just like we did with the raised stem, you're going to make the horizontal stitches. So if you didn't watch that video yet, go back and you're going to see me do it again on the actual board. But I'll just build it off of this one so you can see. So you make your horizontal stitches, then you're going to start this time at the top. So with the raised stem, we started at the bottom and we worked our way up. But on this one, you're going to actually start at the top. So right above your first bar. Okay? So I'm going to come up at the top. And it's so true, like Hannah and I were talking about how the whole element of being live and it's not pre-recorded and we don't know what we're gonna draw and it's just, it's nerve-wracking. It just throws you. It's like a whole nother game. Like the level of it is just way different. Anyway, so I'm gonna come up above that bar and then I'm going to just turn my needle around eye end and go underneath that bar, that first bar. So you went up over it and under it. And then what you're gonna do is take that working thread and you're gonna make a smiley face like that, okay? So you do a little smiley face. And then you're gonna go underneath, but this time you're gonna go underneath to the right side of where you came out, okay? So your needle's on the right side under your bar, okay? But to the right of where you came out with the thread that you're weaving with, okay? And then the needle's gonna go up and the working thread's gonna go under and then pull it through, okay? And so this is basically like a little Danish knot. Right, so if you're doing a Danish knot, you just have the short little bar and then you would tack it down and then you'd get that cute little knot like this. But we are not doing a Danish knot. We are doing the raised chain band. So instead, it's continuous and it continues to work its way down. So we're gonna go underneath, and this time I'll do it with the needle pointy side just to maybe show it a little more smoothly, and you can kind of see the whole motion. So once I've made that first one, I'm gonna go again underneath the second bar. So you're working top down, okay, pull. So now you can see it's connected to the bar below it. And then you're gonna take that working thread, lay it down below, and if you need to, just push that little straight connecting stitch over, and your needle's gonna go back to the right side of it and then over the working thread and then pull. And watch your tension here again, okay? You can tighten it up if you want a little. And if you wanted the jump between the two stitches to be not quite, like if you wanted this one not as long, you would just make your foundation stitches a little bit closer together, so not have as much of a gap. But that's just preference, so you can kind of play with it. So let's do it one more time on the demo fabric, and then I'll switch the board and you can see it again. All right, so again, under the third bar, basically to the left of this working thread, needles to the left of it, pull up, and then up, smiley face, and then go over to the right, again from the top and under the bar and over the working thread. And I need to turn off my notifications because I turned them back on before so I could talk to Hannah. Hold on. Otherwise, I'm going to get a bunch of beeps. Okay. So, let me finish that stitch. Okay, and then at the end, you would just, well, I guess I should just do it one more time. Let's finish. So we'll go over, so under from the top, go down under that tacking the bar. Oh wait, sorry. I went the other way. I got distracted. My husband just came upstairs too. Today's not working out very well for me. There's a lot of stuff going on, many distractions. Okay, so over the bar, under the bar from the bottom up. Working thread around, needle from the top, under the bar, over the working thread, pull, and then send the needle back down at the bottom. Okay, it's really pretty in the variegated. And again, it's up to you if you choose the variegated and you want to sort of mix it up and strip your threads and kind of reorder them so that the variegation is a little more all over and not as visible, like not as obvious, the transition, okay? Feel free to do that. Do whatever works for you, okay? All right, so the back you can tie off or you can jump over and start it next to it again, okay? So let's see that in action over on the actual fabric. So let's knot this off. And cut it. And then let's find out where we are on the board. I think I was number 5. So on our actual bingo board, we are on this guy. Let me think. Where shall we put this? You could certainly do the background. So you could fill the background if you wanted to. We could do some stuff with the clouds if we wanted to. You guys are, a couple of you I think are in number 2. So you could do, again, it makes a really pretty texture. So if you could imagine it maybe as like chest feathers, kind of like here. It almost gives you like a netting look, a crocheted look almost. But if you do, again, if you do like a large area, maybe don't go one long strand across. Just break it up with some shorter, either do a double running or do a back stitch to create your foundation stitches. So let's do it. Let's maybe fill in some over here across the body. And as you get more and more stitches on the board, this is where, if you have other size hoops at your disposal, that it might be helpful to choose something that kind of just isolates the section you need. We haven't gotten to we haven't drawn our sequin stitch yet, the confetti stitch, and we haven't gotten to our shisha stitch yet, which involves the googly eyes. So it's not as big a deal, and we haven't couched our feathers yet either, so it's not as big of a problem. But once those get on the board, you might want to try to get like a different stitch, a different size hoop, just so you don't have to worry about that. And what I just did was rolled up some of that extra fabric I have flopping around just to help manage it. And I'm gonna put some, if you have safety pins, those would be a better choice, but I've got some straight pins here. So I'm just gonna use those. Use what you got, right? Oh, Chevy accidentally popped a googly eye off mine, so you're gonna change to a bigger hoop. Okay, yes, yeah, so change to where you're able to avoid some of your googly eyes. And if all you did was stick on a googly eye, it's probably not gonna hold super good until at the very end. But yeah, or you might need some really powerful adhesive to hold. Okay, so as I was saying, I think I'm gonna use this green to lay down a foundation stitch. I see some in here too. Let's see. Oh, no. This is one of those ones that got wound up super tight. Yeah, for real. They come in seriously huge bulk sizes, so no shortage of googly eyes. Although, surprisingly, we've gone through quite a bit since we started using them. Between our chickens and bingo, using them up. And then also like the stuffies that we make with our kids' classes. All right. Let me get a needle. What happened to my other needle? I just had it. Where did I just put it? Oh. Is still attached. Yeah, they come in a lot in one bag. And Chevy, did you get the colorful one, or did you get the white? Is it all white in the back of their eyes, or is it colorful? And then there are some googly eyes that have almost like eyelids on them. lots of different variety. Okay, so if I'm gonna fill this sort of back section of the body, what I'm gonna do is, again, because it's so far across, I'm gonna divide it into two, I think. I don't want them super duper long. And I think I'll do it as a, it's like a back stitch. Okay, and then I'll come up. Maybe I'll do a slightly shorter row. So instead of going to the next dot up, I'll go halfway and see how that looks.